Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Portia. I'm so glad that you're here. Today's gonna be a little bit different style of video. I mean, basically the same, but I kind of want to start doing this new thing. I'm getting into tarot lately, and I thought it was really crazy because today I was just doing the dishes and I kind of thought about what I wanted to talk about, and it was how you have to lose yourself sometimes in order to find yourself. Also, I'm filming in the car, so I'm so sorry about the background noise. But, I was just doing the dishes and I was like, that's what I'm gonna talk about. I put it in my notes. I just felt really called to talk about that today because it's exactly what I'm going through at this point in my life. And so with the tarot, I've been pulling like a card a day, just kind of to see what the energy is guiding me for today, and I will interpret it myself, and then after I meditate and get my own meaning from it, I'll look it up and kind of just compare my notes. And two cards came out today. The first card that came out was the Moon, and the second card that came out right after was the Star. And so I want to read what I journaled about and then kind of compare the notes that I got. I've literally just been writing everything down in here. So, what energy is guiding me today? The Moon. All of the animals are looking and pointing up to the moon. She's illuminating the night, allowing to see a path from the water in between two buildings or castles. The moon looks upset, tears are falling from her in the sky. I love the dark, mysterious energy of the moon. I've always been drawn to it. This card is speaking to me through emotion. You have to go through sadness, feeling alone, illusions, and seeing your shadow self in order to truly see the path. She's looking up at the sky, not seeing all of the animals underneath looking at her. She doesn't see the potential she has in herself. The tears are making the ground so green beneath her. The pain is creating so much beauty and light. In order to change, you need to see what lessons are teaching you. Times can be hard, but you're gaining life experience. See your potential, and the hard times make the good even better. The Star. I love the correlation of the two cards, the stars and the moon. The card shows a beautiful goddess-like woman looking up to the sky. Stars are illuminating the sky. She's coming out of the water with water pouring from her hands. I feel a lot of feminine and abundant energy from this card. She's near flowers and trees, and a bird is above her looking at the stars. Stars have always been a symbol of direction to me. I think this card has a tone of comfort, that you are being guided by things above yourself, like a higher power. And knowing you are divinely guided, you're able to live in a flow state. The water is representing that to me. I think the contrast of the two cards and tone I got from each is interesting because both are so alike but bring two different energies. The moon is more emotional and dark, and the stars are light and renewing energy. But you can't have the moon without the stars. You have to go through the darkness and shadow self to fully step into your higher energy and be living in that state. So overall, the energy guiding me today is stepping into the lessons, the growth, the pain, to illuminate my path forward. I am being divinely guided and protected through the journey. Notice the beauty all around. I also noticed the moon came before the stars today. The heavy emotional illusion before the light, flowy energy. I've been in the moon energy for a while now, but now that's the path leading and illuminating my way to the end journey. The Star. So that was my interpretation of the two cards and kind of what I gathered from them. When I looked up like the textbook meanings of what these cards are, the moon represents illusion, confusion, not seeing the full picture, subconscious fears or anxiety surfing. Intuition may be strong, but things will feel unclear or distorted. Being in a phase of uncertainty or emotional fog. This card can feel dreamy, emotional, slightly unsettling, intuitive, and not grounded. And then the meaning for the star can represent healing, renewal, hope, emotional clarity over difficulty, peace, calm, spiritual alignment, and trusting things are working out. It can feel gentle, open, calm, and reassuring. I thought that it was really ironic that those were the cards that I pulled today, especially when I really wanted to talk about this. So it's like 555 when I said that, but yeah, sometimes you seriously have to lose yourself in order to find your direction. And I feel like I am finally coming out of that mental fog, the emotional hardships and shadow self, dark energy, I guess you could say, that I've been having since I moved here. This whole journey for me has been growth. I have seen parts of myself that I didn't even know existed. I really lost the whole picture moving here. I lost sight of myself. I lost sight of why I wanted to come out here. I lost sight of everything that I planned to do before I got out here. As soon as I got out here, it was just such a chaotic change, and I got caught up in materialistic things, outside things, the opinion of other people, and I feel like the fog is finally lifting. I really feel like these past few months that I've been here, I am living in like a real life ego death. I don't know if you've ever like tripped or done shrooms or anything, but you can go through an ego death, and I feel like this whole little era of my life has been just a real life ego death, but over a period of time. And I'm finally coming back to myself. I've made some big decisions over the past few days about my future and where I want to go, where I feel like I need to be. And it's kind of hard because I really thought coming here, like, this is going to be my new fresh start to a new life, and this is exactly where I'm going to be for a really long time. I moved here to Florida because for the longest time, I have felt pulled to be here. I didn't know why. Okay, now that that's done. I didn't know why. I had never even been to this part of Florida when I decided to move here. Like, I just like knew this is where I needed to go. This is where I thought I was going to create the life that I wanted. And I had this whole picture, this whole plan of what this was going to look like when I got here. And it has been the exact opposite. I seriously have lost myself completely. And I have chosen to be sober. I have chosen sobriety for me. I think that that is the best option at this phase in my life. I can correlate a lot with alcohol since moving out here and the damages that it has created to the way I think about myself, the way I go about my day-to-day life, the way that I've treated people since being out here, and I can't do it. And since I haven't drank and I've had a very clear mind and I'm coming back to myself, I have been meditating, I've been doing yoga, I've been going for walks, I've been connecting with myself, I've been sitting in silence, I have been praying so much and really connecting with, source outside of myself. And since I have been here, that has not been anything that I had done. It was all about, how am I going to make the most money? How am I going to be able to live in a penthouse and have all these nice cars? How am I going to get you know, a BBL and all this stuff. It was all just like distortion. I have been living in a distorted reality of thinking that these things are what is going to make me happy in this life. And when I pictured my highest self or my highest life, it was, you know, money and fame, just all the things that don't matter. It doesn't matter. And I've been wondering why I haven't been happy. I've been wondering why nothing is working out for me. I've tried all these different things that I'm like, oh, I manifested this. This is going to work out for me. I'm going to make so much money from this. And this is exactly the path I need to go on. And then it doesn't work out. And then I'm like, okay, why isn't anything working out for me? This isn't working. I'm never going to get to where I want to go. And I finally now can see I am here because I needed to see those shadow parts of me. I needed to have that thrown into my face and see glimpses of the life that I thought I wanted so badly, to know that that is not what I want. And I know that I will never be happy with the life that I thought that I wanted. It's not authentic to me, and it's living for performative reasons for people outside of me. It's not even what I feel like I wanted. It was what I want other people to see my life was like that. And it has nothing to do with me. So as I've been out here nearing almost half a year, it's all coming clear to me now. I did need to come here for a reason. The reason wasn't what I thought it was. The reason was to lose myself so I could come back to myself. And I'm finally coming back to myself, and all of these lessons and the illusion is finally lifting. And that's why I think the moon energy spoke so heavy to me when that was the first card that came out today, because I have been living in an illusion. I have been so emotional, but I haven't been able to realize the life experience and the growth and the healing that all of this is teaching me, and that I need to be gaining from it. I finally feel like I am stepping into the energy of the star now. I'm able to take the pain, take the lessons, take the regret, take all of this and, you know, learn from myself in order to move forward. I feel like for a really long time I've been very lost. Like, I don't know what it is, what I want my life to look like, or I didn't. And over the past few days, things have just started becoming a lot clearer to me. I know what I want my life to look like. I want freedom. I want to be surrounded by love. I want to feel abundant financially, but also just in life. Like, I want to be able to live my life freely, but also have a purpose, know why I'm doing what I'm doing, and be able to connect with people on a deeper level. I want to have deep friendships and love someone so deeply. I want to just be able to create a life that feels authentic to me. And I've came to the conclusion that I don't think this is where I need to be in order to do that. And so I've done a lot of thinking. I've done a lot of, you know, kind of just like prayer and guidance on where and what I should be doing right now and where I want to go. I think another thing that I fully lost myself once coming out here was when I decided that I was going to move to Florida last year. That's all that kept me going. I worked 7 days a week. I saved all of my money. I had something to work toward. I had purpose. I had a goal. And that is what was driving me. As soon as I moved out here and I got it, I was like, well, now what do I do? Like, now I can just fuck around and waste time, and I don't have anything I'm working toward. And so when you're in that type of state where you get what you wanted so bad and then you don't have anything else you're working toward, it's really easy to lose yourself. And now I have a new goal that I'm working toward. I am officially moving from Florida when my lease is over. I finally decided. It's been weighing on me a really long time. I've been thinking like, well, what if am I giving up? Is this the wrong decision? What if I move and I regret it and I want to come back? But in reality, this chapter of my life was here to teach me and show me everything. I had never lived alone by myself. I had never lived out of state. I had never been fully responsible for my own decisions, actions, future, routine. And I now am seeing where I lack in order to build. So I do now have a clear vision of where I want to be, where I feel like my next chapter is being called to. I'm really excited for it, and it's been something that honestly since I moved here I was like, I should have just taken the risk and gone there before, but I'm not regretful about this like being here, because I seriously think that this was all for a reason. No, I know this was all for a reason, and I'm grateful. I'm honestly so grateful and surrounded by gratitude lately, just about like the fact that I even took the jump to move across the country by myself. And yes, things didn't look the way that I expected it to, but they looked exactly how they needed it to. And so I can accept that, and I don't feel like I'm failing because I got what I needed, and I still have time here. I still have a few more months. My lease ends in July, so you know, it feels good to have something that I'm working toward. It feels good to be able to finally have direction. And that's why I also love that the star came out today, because I feel like I do have a direction now. I feel like my path is being fully illuminated, and all of this growth and pain wasn't for nothing. I don't feel hard on myself anymore. I don't feel like a failure. I feel like I really have had so much growth in these past few months than I can even put into words. I feel like I have grown since being here this short amount of time, an equal amount of like what it had taken me 3 years to grow. Like, I have never done such deep inner healing. And so I don't know, that's kind of just exactly where I am right now and why I wanted to talk about this. And so if you are kind of in a position right now where you don't know what the hell is going on, you feel lost, you feel like you don't have control, you feel like you don't know where to go or how you're gonna get there, you feel like you've failed, or just anything that I've talked about, if you've been feeling this way, take a look at what it is trying to teach you. What parts are being shown to you that you need to put more work into? What healing needs to be done in order to be able to step into your highest self, step into the life that you want to live and be fully you? What illusions have you been feeding into? And what are you going to do about it? Are you going to let it be for nothing? Or can you change your perspective and work through the pain, appreciate the pain, step into the feeling state of what you're going through, feel these emotions, step into the hard times? Just really reflect on where you are right now and what this is teaching you, because that's how my whole perspective has started to shift. I'm really looking inward into seeing what it is that I truly desire and how I can get there and where I need to be to get there. And honestly, it's created from within. And when you start living in that state and having a purpose in order to create that life, when you start living in that state of peace and joy and abundance and love, your outer world starts to reflect it. So I'm not gonna tell you guys what it is I decided I'm doing, but you guys will be along for the journey, and I just want you to know that you are being divinely protected, and everything that is happening for a reason. What is for you will not miss you, and everything is always working out for you, even if it doesn't feel like it. You also have to want to change in order to start to see the change. So yeah, basically that was my little message for today. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really enlightened, and I finally feel like I'm coming back to myself, and it feels so good. I felt lost for so long, and I finally feel like I am coming back to myself in a more authentic way than I've ever felt my entire life. So sorry for all the background noise, but thank you so much if you watch this. I love you, and everything is working out for you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.